Pixel here with a new video, and today we will be reviewing Koi's against Wolves game. So first of all, let's talk about the bans. We see here Koi with very simple bans, Knock and Valkyrie. Just want to remove that unpredictability from the boards, and yes, like very simple stuff, nothing much more to talk about here. And then we have Wolves on the other hand with more funky bans. We have Dokaebi. I mean, it's not that strange. Dokaebi is just a comfort pick for a lot of players now. Good weapon, good utility, gadget that can allow us to do unpredictable fast plays and to mess the pace of the game a little bit. And then we have Ekoban, is just a target for Deepek. Deepek is the go-to with Echo, so nothing new there, not a surprise really. Well, what are Wolves doing? Wolves are defending kitchen, and they are doing a pretty standard setup. 2 guys side, 3 guys above. Nothing to talk about there. So what is going to do? They are going to do basically a Solemn take. What does it mean, a Solemn take, when we are defending kitchen? I mean, we just want to take, going to send players on Solemn windows, maybe double windows, maybe bathroom windows, and just pressure the guys above and try to take the floor above by force with utility, with frags, and that's it really. Pretty straightforward stuff. So Koi, what they will start to do is try to pressure Solemn. How will they do it? 2 players garage, a back. What can a back do from below? Open the floor. If you open the floor, can Azami play here? No. And if Azami cannot play here, you just can take Solemn. But the problem is, this is an Azami, so he can create new positions inside bathroom, so this is not going to be as efficient. And also P4 is going to read this. Well, he's going to drop the trophy hatch and kill leader, going to get the opening. Like, great stuff from before. He goes away, doesn't overheat, overextend. And here we see the setup I was talking about. Like, you can do a fortress, like maybe you can try it, like very easy to do. And here Deepek, very worried that if P4 is trying to get back into side, he has to come up Westminster, so I'm going to cut him off. Like, good stuff. Like here from Deepek to do the refrag. I mean, from now here, Koi is going to pause a little, trying to drone a little, but they will have a great read on the situation. So let's imagine we are in the game, we are calling. Let's imagine also that we have this rectangle. The top part of the rectangle is the second floor, and the lower part is the side floor. So we know that, I mean, we suppose we drawn some players also that there are going to be 3 players above, because that's just like normal way. And yeah, we also drawn it a little. We saw there was people, so yes, let's say we read that there are 3 people above. And then below, we know that we killed someone. So it less 1 people less here, but we also know that, I mean, they will have to play with an anchor inside. So we know this information. Like they are playing probably with 3 above and 1 side. What does it mean? We can just like send it down on this guy and do a 4v1 against this guy. And you say me, I mean, yes, but if we just focus on this guy can just rotate and kill us. But can you really help the guy inside? Because what are the rotates, guys? You have the stairs, okay. You have also, sorry for the bad letters, the hatch. And you also have also the main. What is the problem with these rotations? They are very easy to cut off. First of all, main is just too long to rotate. Like in the moment you take to rotate main, maybe the player inside is already dead. You are also leaving top 4, so because you take too long, and maybe they can just go top 4 if they notice it. And then the hatch, I mean, you have double window, it's risky, and if you drop, you are just in the middle of nowhere, so it's very risky. And then solar stairs, maybe it's the best option, but just 1 player in trophy can cut it off. And like what Koi will do is, they know this, so they will cut off these rotations, and they will just do the 4v1 inside. So great read by Koi. I mean, I will just stop talking and show you how Koi will do it. We see here, crying cutting off trophy. Now Gids, you don't see it, but he will go to main also. And then we see here Nadal just going slowly. So he will push, like he will be the main side pusher, to say it in a way. So we see here, they prepare the push. As I say, Leon Gitz is pushing main. He can just punish the rotation back into side. Also, another angle that the anchor has to worry about. So one more people to help Noodle, and then Noodle, and then we have Deepak. He's going to use the smokes. So Noodle doesn't have to worry about the kitchen angle or Solarium Stairs angle. You see here, we smoke these, and Noodle can just focus on what on dining and just go on one angle. So we see here Leon Gitz playing with Noodle, like together. Leon Gitz gets a kill, but even if he didn't get the kill, Noodle and he lose the gunfight against Shinka, because you can say me, Koi is just getting lucky. No, because Noodle is here ready to take the gunfight. And while this is happening also, Crane got the kill on the guy rotating towards Solarium. So we see, like what I said, like things just working great for Koi. We see here, maybe Deadshot gets a kill, but I mean, we get these trades every day of the week. We have sight, and we have a numerical advantage. So yeah, nothing to complain there, really. We see here, Deadshot tries to get aggressive, like this is the right play. He backs up, tries not to overstep. We see here, Crying still plays on the trophy window. There is no reason to leave there. You are continuing to cut off the rotations. You see here Deepak playing with Noodle inside. Great awareness from Bbuff to predict that angle. And then here is a 2v2. A lot can happen. I mean, Wolves will put a fight, really. There was a moment that I thought that maybe they will win this retake, but Koi just win the gunfights, and sometimes it just did that, okay? Here they try to defuse. I mean, Bbuff is covering there, but he's going, unfortunately, to with the shots, and man, at this point, really round for Koi. Great read, and get rewarded for it. Now, let's go to round 4. Wolves are defending basement, and they will extend pretty heavily onto the top floors. Nothing special here, you know, like here barricading this to counter the like aggressive plays. We see here these holes. If you don't know it this way, you can counter the verticals from dining and kitchen. But I will focus now on what Koi are doing. They have a pretty interesting comp, 3 hard breachers, like attacking on Chalet. Pretty interesting stuff, and a team that plays as aggressive Koi. And what they will do? Open the breaches. Nothing special to say. I mean, you will see it in a moment, but I will explain. So what Koi wants to do is just ignore the room. Let's just focus on side. We can just add. And what points of pressure are we adding? Bridge, 1 point of pressure. Trench, bridge, another point of pressure. And Vine bridge, another point of pressure. So, and why 3 hard breachers? So we don't have to rotate players, and literally Ibana takes this, Aces takes second bridge, and Thermite takes 1, and we open it fast and easy. I mean, we have still to rotate Thatcher, but it's pretty simple, really. So what we will do, I mean, you will see it. Let's just press play and see what they will do. They try to drone side, like playing it safe. Maybe there's a player playing aggressive on trench, but there is not anyone, so they just go inside, open the bridge. You see here, I mean, they are just running side to try to spot opportunities. Obviously, they are not going to push a mirror, so they just hold angles, try to punish any mistakes or over rotates from Wolves. You see here, Deepak and Crime picking the main bridge. I mean, they are trying to clear utility also. So interesting smoke by Deepak, so I will put it again so you see it better. Crying can pick like this with the nade and can rotate also, because if you have a mirror you can just pre-fire, and it's not a good thing if you get open death. So small things like that, very good from Koi. You see, trying to drone side, they drone there is 2 people, so let's just play it slowly. They have a decent side presence, so yeah. One thing I like about Wolves, they are not overreacting, they are not selling the map, but they are also helping side. You see here what I talk about. They are opening 3 breachers, the 3 breach, like 1 for each breacher. Another thing I like from Koi, the way that they just open like these barricades around here, just to add this phantom pressure. Like this is also a way, like not only so they don't play like the verticals, because if you don't open anything on this, what will happen? That Wolves player can literally play above the verticals and just stare down at the points of entry, like here with his verticals, or the hatch, and just stare at the trench bridge. So this way, Wolves players have to worry about more angles, and also maybe you can catch one off guard, maybe with this window crying. Imagine there is a player rotating here because they just expect you to the bridge, and you just punish the movement, for example. So, I mean, things that Koi starts to do, you see here language drawing trophy, I think, trying to spot an opportunity for Nadal. What player, in my opinion, played nicely, don't taking risks, just waiting. Don't play into Koi's hands, and well, we see here, Koi still the same thing. We want to open the breaches, don't want to do anything else. But now Koi will say, okay guys, top 4 players are not doing that because of stuff, so let's just push high. We see here, I mean, Trench will also happen something. Deepak is just going to smoke the mirror, so the mirror is forced to make a movement, or maybe overpeak, or maybe just stay there and don't help whatsoever the team. And here Yana says, okay, I had enough, I didn't see anyone, so I can just push main. And if I push main, the bridge player only has to worry about blue and about the room on the right, because the mirror is smoked and we have control of main. So yeah, small stuff that is decent, beautiful spots. And here at the same time, Nugget is pushing. Why? Like, why is this not a brain dead push? Because the idea of this is Deepak will make noise because you are throwing smokes, maybe you are making the mirror worry and this player, and will just try to backstab. I mean, Bebov gets the right to read, but I mean, at the end of the day, leader gets a refrag because he's playing on trench. So, decent stuff. Noodle here says, okay, my team is inside, literally planting, as you can see. So I will ignore the rumors and just go back into side. You see here, now they're inside. It's a little chaotic, like Koi managed to find the gap. So now they are inside, and Wolves will just try to retake. And it's just a frag fest from now on, and Wolves win it. Pretty nice stuff from V4 here, and that's the round. Now, let's focus on round 6. Wolves are on their last round of defense, and they're going to top 4. Wolves are not doing nothing special here, just if you don't know, why the bridge is set up like this, like bridge here, line of vision here, and line of vision here, it's just that they cannot like push like this, and you have like line of vision from piano, or from piano to the Kainan window, or from the bridge to library, because you have feed holes there. So yes, the meta now, you didn't know it, now you know it, the more you know. So well, top 4, Koi, what are they going to do? A solarium take. Go double window, bathroom window, solarium, and maybe take bottom 4. That's a solarium take. Pretty easy stuff. We see here Deepak cutting off rotations, and here like small things of communication, like crying here says, I'm in double window, Deepak, break me the window so I can pick aggressive afterwards and I don't have to reload. Crying says, I don't get the pick, so I just going to disengage. Nice stuff. Try to draw, nothing happening here really. You see here they will try to do the same stuff as kitchen. You see here back and as they are below. Still nothing special here. I will speed up a little bit. A nice strong here, if you didn't know it, you just extend it here and it will jump to this, and well, you have a nice vision. They will not see the drone probably, so yeah, a nice vision on Solarium. Noodle pushes with the drone, and now the first fight will happen in a moment. They will just stop a little bit. I mean, just running, holding the angle, and now the first thing I want to criticize is like Wolves. P4 is playing pretty alone here, and Koi, I mean, is doing a great job. He spots that P4 is playing alone, so just let's send 2 players like coming up these stairs and just take the 2v1. And can the Wolves help? No, because double window is opening, so playing from the hatch is very risky. Can they go Solarium? No, because we have a guy cutting off rotations from Trophy and another one from Solarium. So, I mean, good read by Koi. I think before here, like, maybe I don't know if he spot with the glasses, but a lot of drones were like below and here, so I think he should have realized. And you see here by the position, he's ready to take a gunfight. But for me, I mean, you are alone. Try to play retake. I mean, you have impact, same. Maybe you can play it from here and try to impact if they are throwing nades from below, for example. And I mean, this angle is really common, so no, in my opinion, not great play, but by before, and you will see. Just get killed because he's playing common angle alone, no support from the team. I will criticize again Mowgli for this. Like, this is just my opinion. I know this focusing on here, but you have got the Zami, so you can just watch the verticals without problems. There's also not a problem of nades, so yeah, you could have ulted on kitchen, the same thing, but yeah, stuff happens. I mean, not all is perfect. You see here, Wolves is expecting positions against a Solarium push. You see there, Kulakiba barriers, back to clearing the Solarium position, so maybe we can rappel into Solarium. But I mean, Zami has a very strong setup here, so yeah, there is no point in reading, and that's what Koi will cut. Let's just go the other way around. We have one player playing double window, so Mowgli and Melusi cannot rotate, so yeah. I mean, in the end, they will rotate. But this is where I want to focus. This position about Bibo. Because you will say me, okay, what the hell is he doing here? Like, is a slime take? Is just baiting the teammates? And I will say, not really. Because this position, like, if you have like Bibuf, like watching for the backstabs, watching for the back, like you allow the three players to only like focus on Slime. So this way you don't have to worry about back because Bibuf is watching, and I think there is like problems that tier 4 teams have, like they just overcommit, they overreact to stuff, and they will just focus like on one point, and sometimes they get punished. But here Wolves, like, I mean, maybe we're in a disadvantage, but I mean, we know they are trying to surprise us with calling, they like to change, so just we three focus on the main push, Shinka plays side, and these two guys focus on Solarium in bathroom, but Bibuf is going to watch our back, and this type of positioning is going to win us the round. So yeah, you see double kill, but I mean, maybe also little time from Koi. You see here, they didn't run it well, but I mean, this awareness from Wolves, this awareness from people, this positioning, just save the round, because if you are here, you watch the backstab from main, from library, from the windows also, from blue, so just great positioning. And I mean, 2v2, keeps going, keeps getting the kills, and no time for Koi, and Wolves win the round. Round 13. We are in overtime. We already know what the other team is doing, and Koi is now attacking kitchen against Wolves. And there is one interesting thing. Brava. I mean, we saw it on other rounds. I didn't show it, but it's not the first round that Brava is brought in. And I will focus on how, like, maybe, like, what are the strengths of Brava and what good things we can take from her. So first of all, we see here, Leon Gates putting the drone here and hacking the Smilus. Why I think this is huge. Like, you can tell me, I mean, Pixel, you can do that with a Flores. Like, it's true. And you even have two drones more, and you have flashes that, in my opinion, are superior to smokes, like in most situations. But what does Brava bring that Flores doesn't bring? Stealth. Because imagine we are playing against a team that is playing very aggressive, and they are just trusting that they don't get rushed. Why? Because they have traps like Melusi, Capcans, Elas can be a very big thing, Thorns, and the anchor will just say, okay guys, I'm safe, I will just watch cams because, I mean, I have traps defending me. But if you hack it, they will not realize it because, I mean, it doesn't make noise because first is like kaboom, literally like very big kaboom. I will make this circle so it's clear that it's a big kaboom. So yeah, so here the styles, and what does this allows is, like, I mean, we destroy this like with you realizing, and we can just walk into side. And I think the Brava will be very good in punishing uh, overconfidence, overconfidence, confidence on traps or utility countering the rush, and will be very good. Like for example, fast plays trying to rush inside, try to sneak. Like in my opinion, like we will see with time if it is right or wrong. And we see here they break the Melusi. And I mean, we see here also a great thing from Wolves, like the Solis, great counter, like for Brava. Not only because you can literally see the drones, but you can see the utility. You see here, he breaks it. So another small buff to Solis. And we see here what I like. They destroy this, so they can push inside. Literally, there is nothing countering that. I mean, in this situation, Wolves is reading this, so they have two players here, so it's not really worth it. And Koi drawn it, and drone got destroyed, so we are not doing this. But I repeat, imagine you are playing in a scrim of yours, like they are playing just too aggressive, and they are trusting like the Melusi on the door that you don't rush. So put a Brava, destroy, let's say, destroy the Melusi, and two guys just push inside like that, and they will not know it until you have killed their smoke. So we see here Koi trying to punish an aggression. Like this is a thing I like, because imagine like you're playing this unexpected angle, you just kill the anchor. What does it mean? You can just push into side because side is free, or just 2v1 the other anchor, and that's it. Or just go away and force rotations from wolves. I mean, interesting stuff. But here we see they don't find that mistake. So what do we do? Go around, change plans, because our plan A doesn't work, so we are not going to overcommit with that plan, and we don't want to lose time like other rounds. And well, let's just focus on top 4. You open that with Ace, go to Windows, pretty standard stuff, like, yes, we see it a lot. Well, Nadal here, I mean, it's just going to destroy the camera. We see here the Brava, not really getting utility, but it's an extra drone, like 2 extra drones, so you can get interesting info. But you see here, when the round is like slow, you don't really get that much useful. Like Brava is not that much useful, I mean. And interesting use of the soul is below, trying to spot players on lobby. Nadal here cutting off trophy. I mean, really standard stuff happening until now, trying to find the big Koi. Maybe wasting a lot of time in my opinion. One thing I like from Koi here is like, and from Wolves also, is Wolves detects, okay guys, they are doing a semi-clear. What does it mean? They are going to clear top 4, but they are not going to contest the verticals. They are just clearing this so we don't play verticals and try to plant on the bridge. What are we doing? Trying to retake above. And we see here Mowgli is not scared. I'm going to pick this. And also, if I'm not wrong, Beef Boof is with him, or Deadshot, one of the that two. But Koi is reading into this perfectly. They have one player here and one player on mezzanine or K9 balcony. Like, but there is one here, and they are just watching together this, so they are expecting this. Maybe 2 players is too much because there is little time, so maybe you want to prioritize pushing into side, in my opinion. You see here Shinka kills Leongids, and I like this about P4 really. We see here also, let me just focus on this Nadal with the trophy window, cutting off the rotation again. Like trophy window is very good playing when attacking kitchen. And we see here P4, like that's why sometimes I don't like that much smokes, because you are giving space to them to push. And P4 is going to do great, because why? Koi doesn't have time. Wolves know there are 2 people above because they are literally fighting them. So, and we know also there is 1 on the trophy window. So max, there is 1 on the bridge. And yes, it's here and it's not watching P4 going into that rat spot. And there is little time, no time for drone. Maybe, I mean, we get the kills above, but yes, if we don't run it, whatever. Yeah, like, it's not worth it. And here, clutch 1v3. Shinka just gets this because Koi doesn't have time. So now let's go to round 15. Last round, overtime match point. Who wins this round takes it all. It's all or nothing for both teams now. And Wolves decides to go to basement. They cannot go to kitchen, by the way, because they just won it. Koi is doing the same stuff, but this time they change Thatcher for Ash. In my opinion, kind of a troll, because last time you played against a mute, you had great utility by the Thatcher, and it's not like you need like Ash utility. Yes, I mean, it's kind of comfort bit, but I think it's worth the MPs more. Because you are literally your win, one of your win conditions are breaches. We see here the positions from Koi, not a surprise. Leongitz is opening west main stairs like windows. The leader is running trench. These guys are opening this bridge. And Nadal is still playing, trying to cut off rotations. I think they are trying to cut off main because maybe they read, okay, wolves are trying to counter us, so maybe they are just going to over rotate. So I'm just going to do rappel on this off angle and just try to take the kill. And but one thing about this is goes all the way to dining, and it almost takes Mowgli's head off. And like this is a really interesting angle that I mean I think you can use, and probably you are going to get a freebie because how you fight that angle from the defender perspective, you cannot. Well, here Deepak, remember last time I told you they played to take like those picks, punish mistakes. It can go the other way around because if you are picking, you can get picked. So yes, and yes, Bebop just wins a gunfight and it happens. But you see here, not having a Thatcher, I mean, it hurts them a little bit. In my opinion, really a troll pick. You see here, guys. Let just me pause it. A decent camera you can try to do. It blends in with these beers boxes. I don't know. I think they are beer boxes. And well, it's not that hard to break it, but it's not easy also. And leader doesn't even ping it, so maybe didn't even realize. So you see, decent camera you can use. You see, like Nokoi is playing the same stuff, trying to find the gap inside. Wolves are expanding that, like same position, like maybe Azami is playing now on the main stairs closer to the side. And you see here Nerdal also trying to spot, but Koi is going to call, guys, just let's focus on side. At least for Nadal, because I mean they will try to take this guy, but we'll see the moment. But now I want to focus on this Asami. That for me is a big troll, and is going to make Wolves lose the game. Why I think it's a big troll? First of all, you are not really blocking that much line of vision. Okay, guys, yeah, the blue guy can rotate. Can it? Like, you move to the left and you have a line of vision to blue. Like, the blue guy cannot go to right because you are literally watching this area. Cannot go to masters because, like, it's not blocking nothing. Then also, is giving a plant spot to the attackers. Attackers can also push. So, and the blue player cannot watch the bridge. So, it's just bad for the blue player. Also, it means like, and you tell me, oh no, but you can play behind this and get more aggressive. And my question is, can you really play behind this, or do you want to play behind this? Because, I mean, you break it, can you go to the left if they break it? No. Can you go to blue? Absolutely no. Can you go to rotation? No. Can you go to room to the right? No. Can you go to the bridge? Also no. So they break it and you are dead. What happens if they don't break it? I mean, I think you are just making the job easier for the attack, because imagine if the main players decide to play here, what does it mean? You just can focus on one player, like on one angle, I mean, because imagine the player of this Asami is playing on messers. This guy has to push, looking at two opposite directions. So for me, just a troll Asami, like, and you will see, you say to me, I mean, Pixel, you are giving too much attention to one Asami, but this will literally lose Wolf the game. Like, and I'm not like overreacting, like I will show you just. We see also good stuff from Koi. They are in the 4v5. Let's just try to kill these isolated players. We see here they drone it. They have the players on side still. And well, we have here Leongitz tries to push here, take the gunfight, try to risk, because you have to take it. You don't have time, you don't have map control, you don't have the people. And yes, but they are just not going to give 1v1 because we see here crying, prepared for refrag into dining. But I mean, Wolves is also playing, and they do this amazing double pick, like amazing stuff from Wolves, like with this support and coverage. But we see here crying was playing for the refrag on main, because there is angles, and I mean, just gets the refrag. And here we see Koi tries to get aggressive on side, because they have to get it. Maybe not my favorite play by Mogit, I don't think he had to pick. I mean, it happens, like, we don't always play it like the best decision, like in game is very different. But here, leader gets taken out. He tries to make a play, he tries to get aggressive, like Aldo Koi's team, and he dies. He loses gun. And now it's a 2v3. And I was like watching this game and saying, okay, sure, this is a Wolves run. But remember, the Sami is going to punish them. You see here. Like, he just has to focus on this angle, and it's like two players picking in the same direction and they just line up. Why? Because this position of the Asami is just garbage. He's playing garbage. Very fun. Well, you see here is also an interesting angle, guys. Like, it tries to clear. I didn't know about it. I didn't know it was a thing. But yeah, it goes by 1v1. I still think at this moment, I mean, yes, Bibuf it will win it, for sure. Like 1v1, 50 seconds, look at the Karen's HP. But look at this Kiba. As I told you, a plant spot. Playing against wolves. Like, absolute troll, I will repeat. And here, in my opinion, people also panicked a little, because you destroyed a drone here. If you destroy a drone here, Koi is going to know your position. And he just walks in like, I don't know, really. And, well, you see here, small things like that can cost you the game. And, well, thank you for watching. If you think I could do something better, or you want to see something different, just write in the comments. Like, don't be afraid to write whatever you think or want. And, well, thank you for watching, and see you next time.